It is the 8th of August, 2019, WIKISPEED Stand-Up. You want to take it away, Lauren?
Yes, Lawrence Salter, Gabriel Island, British Columbia, Canada. This past week, I received my Raspberry Canada kit, Raspberry Pi, and today I configured it. I hooked everything up, configured it, and I was just about to try the command you suggested to get a Python running in the so I've got the command line, the terminal up, and what else? So I was just kind of reading up on Raspberry Pi and doing the configuration and setup, which went horrifyingly, or rather wonderfully smooth, surprisingly, shockingly smooth. Actually reminds me a little bit of Ubuntu a while back before it got more complicated. So anyway, that's what I did this past week. Coming week, I'm going to start, I'm going to order I kind of have a shopping cart. I found out there's another thing I did yesterday is there's a local place called BC Robotics in Nanaimo that also sells like pies and all kinds of stuff. So I'd phoned them and talked to them. I set up the cart. I ended up to get kind of all the LEDs and things. They sell you either 500 or one at a time. So I was hoping to get a grab bag full of LEDs, jumpers, everything else for not too much, but it ended up being like, with the delivery, like $60-something. So I'm just hanging back a little bit there. The part of that is that I wanted to get, I don't have just a minute. I don't have a free monitor that has HDMI. So I ordered for about $15. I ordered a HDMI to VGA cable. So that's kind of adding to that. That's not really part of that. But it is, I guess, because I want to use the Pi on one of my little monitors, old monitors. And I was also going to get for about $13 the it's called the Cobbler. It's Adafruit Raspberry Pi Cobbler, which puts nice labels. It gives you a key to plug into the GPIO and then to a breadboard. And then along the breadboard, it has a bunch of labels on what the pins are, where the pins are from. So that looked kind of handy. So I was thinking of that, but I still need short jumpers to do the stuff across the breadboard, and I don't have any of that. Anyway, I'm just thinking about that. I'm also kind of looking for maybe a GPIO emulator, so without having the breadboard, I can test stuff. And so I was going to check if there was anything like a emulator, but I might as well actually go straight into lighting up LEDs and things. So that's the coming week. And blocks. Well, yeah. So I hesitated at the cost because they're in Nanaimo. I could pick it up for free, but it's inconvenient and it costs me some money and a lot of time to go to Nanaimo. So I could have it shipped for $12. So I was going to check some other sources, particularly on the if somebody has a kind of a kit or a bag with, you know, I don't want 500, I want 20 of each or something like that. And the 500 thing I'm talking about is a bag of is it jumpers? No. I'm trying to think what that was. Resistors. Yeah, anyway, so that's a block that you might be able to help with. And that's it for me.
Okay, it's Michael Wolchuk in Saskatoon, Canada. Not very much to report for this week. I got one person signed up to the WIKISPEED group, and I was talking with Lauren. That's pretty much it for the week. Next week is still the carryover stuff. I'd like to get some of the code that I've been playing with, or that I played with 2 weeks ago, put onto GitHub and Wiki Project, and edit the Wiki Project README file to kind of give a little bit more of an update of what's been happening. And that's pretty much all. Maybe if I can get the infrared transmitters and receivers working on the USB serial ports that I've got on the Pi and the laptop, that will pretty much do it for the week. No blocks, and yeah, I guess that's about it. Back to you, Lauren.
Okay, for me, I'm going to give myself an 8 because you know, I got the Pi and I set it up and it's usable. And the team an 8 because at this point, and maybe a little crosstalk later, I have total confidence that if we get a little farther on this project, we'll be inundated with people wanting to be involved. And process improvement is just think about what ways to. I think the stand-up is really good. Yeah, so maybe some stand-up. Maybe some stand-up ideas in crosstalk would be my process improvement, or think about stand-up. Not improvements, really, just when we do something that's exciting, and I think we're close to it, then we want to think about how to send the message out, because we get lots of email responses when we talk about stuff from really good people. And so maybe look into maybe a survey, maybe another some kind of survey again, short little thing. So anyway, that's it for me.
Okay, I'm going to give myself, I think it was 2.6 out of 10 because I got 0.5 out of 3 points done for the week, and I'm on stand-up. So for the team, yeah, I'll agree with 8. You're making progress, and that's exciting. For a process improvement, I guess maybe the stand-up is good, but I think we need to brainstorm a little bit about how to get people involved when they've got nothing to report. It feels kind of weird for me to sit in on stand-up without really anything to report, and I think that's a fairly common hesitation because, well, I haven't done anything, so why would I go on stand-up, kind of thing. So it's nice to have people to bounce ideas off of in crosstalk and everything. So I don't know how to encourage that, but maybe that's worthy of some brainstorming. And posting progress when we've got progress is very important. I spend too little time doing that, and I seem to want to spend a bunch of time and edit and post and stuff. Maybe I need to streamline the process for posting progress, and maybe I'll do it more often. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for me. it's not really a process improvement, more of a thinking out loud. Crosstalk, you wanted to go look at something?
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I think that it's important to make it friendly, to just be there, be at the. What I was going to say is again that the daily, when we were doing when Mary Michael and William were setting up the course, and it was like a rush. That just draws you in, and then we were doing daily stand-ups. It kind of it it helps. It's almost like, it's weird, but it's like this. It's a little more demanding. It kind of draws you in a little more. But I wasn't like I wasn't. There was some situations where they were asking me to track down some stuff that was supposed to be mailed and it didn't get sent or something like that. Mugs. I think I ordered the mugs or something like that. But so I would take it. I did do a little more than usual, but it wasn't a whole lot. And it was, I'm in a situation where I'm not doing the kind of work that I used to do every day, and I get time on my hands sometimes. So it's not, might not apply to other people, but it might. I do have something to bring up about the pie. So I was testing the video, and I put up Hugo, which is a movie that has a lot of moving parts. It's Martin Scorsese's thing about the Mellies, George Melly, the pioneering French filmmaker. And it's a 3D movie that has a lot of things moving around. So I was kind of testing it to see. So it wasn't quite as good as my tower, my Linux tower, but it's pretty good. But I couldn't get the sound on, and that's often a problem I have. That's sometimes a little tricky. Have you
I thought Raspbian would be better because they kind of have all the drivers figured out.
Right.
Usually the audio is a driver conflict with something.
Yeah. Okay.
But well, it's too bad you couldn't get the audio going, but I think the video processing is fairly decent.
Yeah. It's like the opening scene in that film is really, it's a zoom in of a digital Paris of the some war. It's around 1910 or something, or 1918, and it's a really demanding thing. It zooms through the train station. People are all over the screen, walking all over the place. So I thought it was a good test. And it started a bit at first, and I don't know if then the picture got simpler or whatever, but it got fairly decent. And the audio, but I always have, even on my Linux box, sometimes the audio just quits and I have to close things down and open them up or reboot, and audio starts up again. So audio is a little tricky. But that kind of finished my plan for next week. I will go. I'm going to log in from the Raspberry, the Pi, so I can share the screen. Okay. As well as from my tablet. I think that's a kind of an interesting, because if we're on that platform, it'd be really cool to collaborate.
I don't know if I'll be able to join you from my Pi, but I can give it a shot. Yeah.
So I mean, I've got Ethernet. I immediately plugged in Ethernet, and I didn't set up the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I've got it plugged into Ethernet. I don't have a camera on it. I don't have a mic on it. So
Yeah. So no, but to share the screen, you don't need a camera.
yeah, that's
So
true.
You log in with the audio, and even actually if the audio doesn't work, you probably could still hit share screen.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Anyway, because I used to work on a Linux server running our statistics software and our reporting software, and it was really good way to collaborate. Basically be on the. We were using Hummingbird, an expensive kind of X window client, which is a goal of mine. I'm trying to figure out right now. I'm using some kind of programmer's notepad. I'm trying to remember which one I ended up getting. Edit.
Okay. Notepad comes highly recommended.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've spent long periods of time on the Wikipedia has a table of text editors, and it's like 100 and something long, and it also is very wide, having all kinds of features and things like that. And I love text editors because I work with giant text files. So at the workers' comp in BC, my first demand at work was buy me a text editor for $50 or $100 that can handle billions of lines. It just moves them in and out of memory as you go. But I don't have patience for ones that say too many rows. I need to go and say, where's the weird character that's making this whole database not work?
So did you find in the menu system where to open the Python environment?
Oh, I thought you showed me something, command line thing, so I opened the terminal. That's the last thing I did before I joined the meeting.
Okay, because that's how you run your Python program, but the Python editor, I can't remember what it's called.
All right, I'm going to go there. I'm going to go to my desk and open it up and chat for a minute if you can. That would be cool. So far, I'm able to do this. I just got a political robo-text that I've been reading about. It's can we count on your support for the such and such party of Canada? And I've just been reading about it to do with that party. And okay, so I will close the terminal for now. I've got two okay. And the apps, Raspberry Pi apps, is that it? Programming.
Programming, and then it's something Python. I don't remember.
Honey Python IDE.
Sure.
Yeah, cool.
And then you can load up the program. You can save it. Saves it with a .py extension, and you can run it, but it doesn't do anything for on the GPIO board because you don't have super user. So you have to actually, you don't have super user privilege.
Oh yeah, so when you run it, you got to do sudo.
Yep.
Cool.
So that was the part I was missing. I tried to run it from the IDE and I assumed that it wasn't running, and it was actually running, but it didn't have access to the GPIO and it just hung. Waiting for access, kind of thing.
So I put in import, and it's kind of pinkish, the import. And then, do you remember the GPIO, name of the GPIO library? Not sure.
I think it's something creative like GPIO.h. Let's see, GitHub. Did I load anything up? Doesn't look like I did. Dang it. Thought I had done something.
Running that. Okay, it's asking me to save documents. And I want to create a folder. Looks like there's a little thing in the corner to create a folder. Is it? Yeah. Documents. It'll be Pi frogs. Frog 1. Cool. This is great. And how have you found the environment?
I mean, I'm still learning Python, so I still rely pretty heavily on the help system. So you click on the help and it takes you to your web browser and points you in the right direction. Copying and pasting the code works pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we'll call it.
Why can't I find?
Okay. Okay. Traceback. I think I got to run pip or something to start. Yeah, to get the GPIO stuff. Have you been running pip from the command line? Did you do that to bring in any modules?
No.
Okay.
I basically all I had to do was load up the program. There was a couple of imports. I'm disappointed to see that I don't have the source code loaded up to Wikifactory or to GitHub. So the only place I've got the source code is the laptop that died that I haven't taken the hard drive out of and made a backup of. So, oh, and I guess it's also on the Pi. So if I log in from the Pi, I should be able to upload it.
Sorry. Oh yeah. So I haven't actually been saving. I've been still using SourceForge because I haven't. I've got a GitHub account, but it gets a little different, and I haven't got as far as I want with Git. Although I want to. I'm using Git. Yeah, I have the Git cheat sheet, and you need a URL from GitHub to set as the place that's what are you doing? Push, I think. One of those things. Are you interested in the Git cheat sheet I've got?
Yeah, you might as well post it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, not right now, but I will. I ran my hill climb here, 10K hill climb.
Okay.
On Sunday. It was okay. I wasn't able to get all the training I wanted to get done, so it was not a great time. But the record holder for the course, it was not too hot, but it was getting up towards 25. by the end for me. And the course holder, his record was 35 minutes, 10K, and he ran 39. So that's heat. So I knocked 4 minutes off my time and said I ran okay.
Well, knocking 4 minutes off sounds pretty good.
No, I mean my actual time was around my worst, but I given myself a handicap of 4 minutes because of the heat.
Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't catch that.
But actually felt really good, and I felt actually really good about the whole thing. And this time I managed to. So basically, I've got a running app on my Android, and the thing is, it uses up the battery really fast.
Oh.
So I took I got a little cylinder charger, and then I wear this runner's armband with the phone in it, and there's another little compartment I stuck the wire in, or pardon me, the wire and the recharger. Yeah, so for the first time I was able to get a record of the splits for the whole race. So I was able to see. I'm happy because I did some fast ones. Then I kind of blew up halfway through a bit, but everybody did, it looks like. So anyway, but it worked. The only thing being now I want a Fitbit or a Apple Watch or something. I need to carry a phone because I got my wife was waiting with our caregiver at the finish line, and they need to be able to reach me. So I need. I could get it. I've seen things like Fitbits are pretty cheap, but one that has an actual phone in it that you can put in your ear. Well,
if you just carry your normal phone,
yeah,
if you just carry your normal phone, the Fitbit easily lasts for 2 days on a charge. It doesn't give you splits. It'll give you something like the number of steps in 15 minutes.
Oh, I didn't know that was. I didn't know it communicated with the phone. Okay.
It's a Bluetooth device for your phone.
Are there watches that are phones? My problem is it felt like a brick towards the end of the race. The phone plus the battery. And so I want to just run with a wrist thing, but I think they're really expensive. Is that like an Apple Watch? You can get the SIM that goes in.
Yeah, you can do that with a Garmin watch or a Garmin GPS watch or an Apple Watch.
But what are they? $1,000 or?
Apple's like 800, and the Garmin's probably 450.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe I'll think about the Garmin. The Garmin is not a smartphone, though, kind of thing. It's just only a phone and a.
It's a GPS, and they added the fitness tracker stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not a phone.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got 5 minutes left until.
Yeah. I'm ready to go. I'm happy. I'm tired, but that went inordinately smooth.
I agree. One thing I'll mention is my grandson asked for a semi-tractor. So I had built him a little go-kart kind of thing.
Yeah.
But his mother forbade him to ride it because it was a little tippy, and I couldn't make it any wider because I was using the wheels and frame from an old guy scooter. So
right.
Now he wants a semi-tractor, and he wants it to go like 30 kilometers an hour. So it's a little bit big for a follow me kind of little red wagon thing, but who knows? Maybe it'll grow.
Yeah. I think you could make something smaller as long as you have the horn, the air horn.
Yes, the air horn is probably very important to him.
That way he can warn them not to cause accidents by sneaking up on people and sounding the air horn.
Oh, don't worry. It's going to take me like like an hour or a year to do it, kind of thing, right?
Okay, good luck.
Okay, so
Okay.
are we done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, watch the emails. Hopefully I'll keep doing stuff. But
Yeah,
it's
looking
been
forward to seeing it.
very encouraging. Honestly, it's something I missed, and honest, Ubuntu's gotten kind of a little bit complicated. Because so many people wanted features. That always happens.
Yeah, feature creep.
Yep. But this is like slick. Just it seems like it's in its prime, and this generation. And also, people warned me about the 4, like I was sending you that stuff. I talked to the robotics guy, and he says, "You're lucky you didn't get the Raspberry Pi 4. That's a little too far ahead. It's a little too alpha or beta." Okay. All right. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.